Warrior Games started Friday at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. It's a phenomenal event.
Yeah, about 300 wounded and injured service members and veterans from the U.S., the UK, Australia, and Canada. They're competing, and we like to do this every year. For more, let's bring in our Hannah Storm. She is in Colorado Springs. Good morning to you, Hannah. What do you have?
Morning, Jay. Good morning, Nicole. Yes, we're here at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, home of the Warrior Games, and this is the Holiday Athletics Center, site of the shooting preliminaries, one of 11 Paralympic-style sports which are contested here at the Games. This is an adaptive sports competition for wounded, ill, and injured service members, which was started by the Department of Defense back in 2010, and it's really grown every year. Jay, as you just referenced, all service branches in the United States are competing against one another. Teams from the UK, Canada, Australia, long-standing inter-service rivalries playing out here. Last night, wheelchair basketball took center stage. Army has continued its undefeated run at the Warrior Games. They're on to the gold medal game against the home team, Air Force, on Saturday. As we welcome you back to our continuing coverage of the Warrior Games, this is a competition that is meant to promote resilience, encourage camaraderie, and to heal wounds. But not all of these wounds are visible. Those suffering from brain injury and PTSD are also competing here. And then, of course, there is the pervasive nature of depression, which often accompanies physical wounds. But adaptive sports, like those contested here, do have healing power in that regard as well. And that's been the story of Army's wheelchair basketball center, Anthony Farve. He's a retired Army specialist who told me that basketball has given him new purpose after years of struggle.
I was in a small infantry company, so we're a real tight-knit group. I mean, the guys, I never had a brother, I had a bunch of sisters. Then after I joined, I had 51 brothers. When I first got to the unit, they told me, oh, I was in Iraq, we were doing this, we were doing that, we're training for this. I was like, I've been training for years, I'm ready, I want to go, you know. I felt like I was invincible until I got hit. 17 September 2007, it was St. Patty's Day. We were going on a mission, just a regular patrol, 12 hours. I remember talking about St. Patty's Day the year prior, partying, having fun, you know, we should be doing that now. I can't wait till next year. And then it hit, and it was like a movie. I woke up, my ears were ringing, there was dirt coming from the sky. I look over at my medic. He has shrapnel in his face, so he's bleeding a lot. I look over at my gunner. It's like a 6th or 7th IED. He was unconscious, just leaning down. I thought he was dead. My platoon sergeant was crawling towards me. In the movies, it looks cool. You know, in real life, it sucks. I was thinking in my head, they're gonna fix it, and I'm going back out there. Like this, I gotta go. I can't go home. Yeah, I was scared. It sucked because in my head, I'm just hanging out in a hospital room, you know, like a girl. And all my all my buddies were, you know, they're in the firefight every day. For that 7 years, I didn't do anything. I got divorced. I lived in my parents' basement. I just shut myself out from the world. I lost a lot of bone in my ankle and my tibia and fibia, so they just put a bunch of screws in there. I had really bad arthritis. So it was like 15, 20 minutes before it swelled up, and I couldn't really walk that well anymore. I start Googling these people walking around with prosthetic legs significantly better than I am. So I was like, I'll just cut it off, get rid of it. Oh, I was happy. I started Googling legs with different feet. Like, I can do this with this foot, this with this foot, I need this foot. I want to go swimming, I want to go hiking, snowboarding. The door opened up, and I moved to Mississippi with my parents, and I found a wheelchair basketball team down there.
There you go. I'm gonna go, and then if I turn this way, you're already there. Yeah.
So be honest with me. When you first saw wheelchair basketball, what did you think of it?
I thought it was one of those sports where everybody gets a trophy, you know, a participation thing. I didn't think it was that hard until I got in the chair and I got dusted.
And?
I got worked bad. And then once I started playing and seeing other people play, I fell in love. It just took over my life.
You were pretty depressed, as you said, right?
Yeah.
How did wheelchair basketball change that for you?
Well, as a part of a team, I got a part of something that was bigger than myself. I had to win for the team. I had to be good for the team. I had to be there for them. They had to be there for me. I was a part of something again.
Set up! Somebody dive!
I want somebody to see the Warrior Games and help them get out of the dark spot that I was in. You know, if I could help somebody get out, I was 7 years in a hole. If I could help somebody get out, I want them to see the sport, to see any adaptive sport, and get involved.
All right, so show me what you got, because I can say this isn't easy. Wait, hey! I can't even pivot around in time to see his score. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, he just left me in the dust there. It is so hard, that game of wheelchair basketball. And Anthony lives in Tucson, Arizona. So when he's not playing for Army, he plays for the U of A club team. And his next goal is to play at the highest level and make the Paralympic team and represent the USA. Just want to say it has truly been our honor to be here with Anthony, these other incredible men and women, to celebrate their determination, their strength, and to thank them for their service and their sacrifice. That is all from Colorado Springs and the 2018 Warrior Games. Now back to Bristol. Jay?
Hannah, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Amazing story, amazing guy.